welcome back to our channel. Today's video is sponsored by Walgreens, and I am so excited to be partnering up with Walgreens in the Wake Up Call campaign.
Hello, and this is your wake-up call. Right now, at this very moment, nearly 50% of patients don't take their medication as prescribed.
Walgreens is ordering a wake-up call for Americans to take their medication as prescribed by doctors. If you guys didn't know, Walgreens actually has an app.
A Walgreens app that helps you prepay, get refill reminders, or even get your medication delivered right to your door.
If you are ever confused about medication, you do not have to wait until morning to get answers. Walgreens 24/7 pharmacy chat is always available to help. The Walgreens app also provides a tool to help you never miss a day of medication. It is so important to create a routine for taking your medication. Walgreens has a pill reminder feature on their app to help keep you on track.
That's why we're asking you to help us give America the wake-up call that it needs.
Today, I am actually going to share with you guys my story. I have been very hesitant about sharing with you guys everything that has gone on and everything that went on last summer, because I'm just going to be straight up honest. Last summer was a very, very hard summer, not only with me, but also kind of in our marriage because of everything that was going on with me. Kind of talked about it a little bit last summer, but then I kind of just didn't talk about it anymore. And I'm ready to share my story. I think it's very important, and I think mental health is something very important that we should talk about. So backstory, as you guys know, I do suffer from anxiety. I'm just going to kind of talk about the backstory real quick, and then I'll get into everything. So I do have anxiety. I have health anxiety. That all started when I was pregnant with Noah. If you guys are new to my channel, you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link right here, but basically quick summary of what happened was I had precancer cells on my cervix, and that triggered everything. If you want to know my whole story with that, I will leave that linked right here, because it wasn't only Noah's pregnancy, it was also Weston's pregnancy, and that basically triggered my health anxiety. My story, what happened last summer. So with my anxiety at that time, I was only worried, I was constantly worried. I've never experienced a full-blown panic attack until last summer. And I just want to say, if you've ever had a panic attack, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I do not wish a panic attack on anybody, because it is the worst feeling in the world. You do not want to feel that way ever. So looking back at last summer is when all of my panic attacks started. At this time, I was not on any medication because I thought I could handle it. And my husband kept telling me, you know, go see a doctor. This was before the panic attack started. He said, go see a doctor, go talk to them. And I said, no, I'm fine. I don't want them to think I'm crazy. If you have anxiety, depression, or mental illness, you are not crazy. Go talk to your doctor, because they are there to help. Well, April or May, I can't remember, I got my wisdom teeth removed. Kind of off topic, but I got my wisdom teeth removed. Someone with health anxiety, that kind of already triggered it for me, like my anxiety, because I thought of everything that could go wrong. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I lost weight. Now, other people would think of that as a good thing. My experience, my brain did not see that as a good thing, and my brain went into full panic mode, and I had convinced myself that I had some sort of problem or disease, and that is why I was losing weight. It got to the point where I couldn't have the scale in my house anymore, because I was stepping on it multiple times a day, and seeing the number go high, then go low, then go high, then go low, and fluctuate throughout the day was making it worse. And that's when I kind of experienced a little panic attack. I was kind of hyperventilating, I was crying. I didn't know what to do. So I made an appointment with my doctor. I said, that's it. I don't want to feel this way. I need to talk to her about what my options are. It got to the point where I didn't even want to be at home. My own home was triggering me. So I go and see my doctor, and she prescribes me a medication, a small dose of this medication. And I start taking it. I'm like, okay. But as someone with health anxiety, that triggers, and I think of every possible thing and side effect that I could get. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to take this, but I'm going to, because I have to be better. Like, I have to get better, not only for me, my family, my kids. And once I started taking this new medication is when I started dealing with panic attacks. My first ever panic attack, I thought I was dying. I'm not joking. My heart was racing. I could not breathe. I was dizzy. I was a mess. And it literally came out of nowhere. Nothing triggered it. I was laying in bed, and for some reason, all my panic attacks happened at night. Really weird, but all my panic attacks happened at night. I think it had to do with my mind, like, calming down from the day, and then, like, my thoughts started going. I didn't know what was going on with me. I had never had a panic attack like that. I thought I had experienced one, but nothing to this extreme, and it put me in the hospital. Like, I thought I was dying. When you feel that certain way, you don't know what's going on with your body. When you feel your chest hurting and your heart pounding and you can't breathe and you're dizzy, you think the worst. And especially with someone who has health anxiety. I get to the hospital and my heart rate was fast. Doctors are very trained. They knew right away it was a panic attack, and they did give me, I don't know, they gave me something to help calm the panic attack. And when the panic attack was gone, it was literally, it lasted, I don't even know. Looking back, that was probably the longest panic attack I had, and I think a lot of it had to do with, it was my first time ever experiencing it, and I didn't know what was going on, and so it kind of made everything 10 times worse. We went home, went to bed, and when I was saying it was hard on our marriage, my husband doesn't understand anxiety. And if he was sitting here right next to me, he would tell you the same thing. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't have anxiety. He doesn't have depression. He doesn't have a mental illness. So he doesn't really understand what was happening or why I was feeling that way or why I just couldn't, like, snap out of it. I put stress on our marriage because I'm like, why don't you understand me? I'm feeling this certain type of way. Continue taking this certain medication. I was having panic attacks at least, thinking about it, it kind of makes me emotional because it was such a bad summer. I don't want to cry. I really don't want to cry. I'm like trying not to cry. I'm like looking up so like the tears don't come. It was a really bad summer and I was having full-blown panic attacks at least 3 times a week. They weren't little ones either. They were big panic attacks. Each time I thought something was wrong, my world's crashing down, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. But I still kept taking this medication, hoping that it would finally get better. I know it takes a couple weeks for medication to start working, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep taking it. And it started to affect my day. These panic attacks were so draining because they were coming at night, in the middle of the night, and then when I'd finally fall asleep, time to get up and get the kids ready, you know, they want to, you know, go on with the day, and I think back and like, I don't want to feel that way. Why is my heart racing? Why am I experiencing this so often? I remember one particular day after a panic attack, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna have a good day. I went to Sam's Club with the kids and I started panicking in Sam's Club. I have no idea why. I don't know what was triggering it at these times. Like, there was nothing triggering these panic attacks. I had to leave my cart and go because I was getting hot, I was getting dizzy. It was bad. I don't deal with depression. I deal with anxiety. And my anxiety was triggering depression. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to feel this way anymore. I didn't want to wake up and feel the same way. I was scared to go to bed because I didn't know if a panic attack was gonna happen that night or if I was gonna get a good night's sleep. No idea. It was just really bad. It got really bad that we canceled Weston's birthday party because I couldn't do it. Like, I was not in the right mind, and looking back, that's not fair. That wasn't fair to him. He still had a birthday party, obviously. We still celebrated his day, but kind of moved everything around. I finally got a hold of my doctor and I said, look, I've been having panic attacks like 2-3 times a week. I don't know what else to do anymore. So she prescribed me a medication that kicks in right away if you're having a panic attack. We were gonna have Weston's birthday party up at the cabin. Like I said, we canceled it. That Friday's when the doctor prescribed this medication to help with panic attacks, like right away, not like a, you know. That Friday, I remember picking up the prescription and the doctor told me, she said, you know, have someone there with you because you don't know how your body's gonna react to it. And so I had my mom come over and I said, look, I just need you to be here. Like, I'm just not myself. And so she came and she hung out with me. I took the medication and it helped, but it's not like a quick fix, you know. That's what the other medication was for. I finally emailed the doctor and I said, look, this medication is not working for me. I need to take something else. I would like to go back on what I was taking prior, right after I gave birth to Noah, because that medication seemed to help me a lot. I'll start you out on the smallest dose. Started taking that, and I remember when I picked it up, Gage was with me, and I just started crying, and I said, I really hope this one helps, because I can't keep doing this anymore. I can't keep feeling this way. Found out I was pregnant with Charlie, and I don't think that helped at all, because then my hormones and everything in my body was changing. I was so sick. I was dizzy. Like, I was still experiencing these panic attacks. And I remember my doctor, my OB, she said, let's just at least get to like your second trimester and we'll start you back on your medication. But in those times, I was still having panic attacks. I remember going to the hospital multiple times for these panic attacks. I remember going one time, I remember asking them, I said, is this even okay for the baby? Like, I don't want to experience this anymore. Like, nothing was triggering it. It was just happening. I don't know why. I could just be sitting there and I'd have a full-blown panic attack. Finally, I could tell I was getting better. The panic attacks weren't coming often. At this point, I had experienced so many panic attacks that I knew what it was, and that I just had to kind of breathe through it and get through it. Both Gage and I knew when the panic attack was over, because I wouldn't be shaky anymore. That was the main thing. I'd always be like very shaky. I remember driving in the car to the store, and I remember telling Gage, I said, I'm just not happy. I feel, it sounds so textbook, but I don't find like the joy in anything anymore. I said, I love to go shopping. I love to go to the store. I love to get out of the house. And as we were driving to the store, which I would absolutely love, I love to look around and shop and do all that stuff. I didn't find joy in that. I didn't want to go. I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to be in my bed. I didn't even want to be out. I didn't want to sit on the floor and play with my kids. I didn't want to read books. I didn't want to literally do anything. And he said, you know what, I think you need to talk to your doctor again. And so I did. And I said, you know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the hormones from the pregnancy or if it's, I said, I just don't know what's going on. And she said, why don't we bump you up to 50? She said, if you're feeling this way, that's not good for the baby. Happy mama equals happy baby. I kind of had to look at the pros and cons of taking a medication while pregnant, and there was more pros than there was cons. Now, yes, taking a medication while pregnant is, you know, it can be scary, but like my doctor said, I trust my doctor. It was better for me. and that's what I needed. And things finally started turning around. I have been on the same medication, the same dosage since that time. I have experienced panic attacks since, but it's almost like it's like masked. Like I know when it's happening, and I don't know if I'm just so used to it that I'm like, this is a panic attack, okay, just breathe. But I do still experience them, but my medication has made a huge change, not only in my life, but my family's life. I can be a better mom to my kids. I can be a better wife to my husband. You know, like I wasn't being the mom and the wife that I should have been. Can't stress this enough. Taking medication as prescribed by your doctor and on time helps you feel better and reach a better health outcome. I honestly don't know where I'd be if I didn't reach out to my doctor. I was struggling hardcore. Yeah, I had my good days, just like everybody has good days, and that's usually the days I would have filmed. But a lot of the days was very sad, very down, dark. And I know I've talked about this before, and I love hearing your guys' stories. I do also know that some people they just don't understand. They don't understand mental illness. They don't understand, you know, how to help. They don't understand. That's my husband. He doesn't understand, and that's okay. I just really wanted to share my story with you guys, and I really want you guys down in the comments to share your story with me. I do read every single comment. I may not reply to every single comment because, I mean, I'm a mom of 4, but I do read every single comment. So share your story down below because I really want to hear it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Walgreens for sponsoring this video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. And we will talk to you in our next video. Bye, guys.
Set out on a road that I built with my own 2 hands. I met friends on the way, people chosen to make a stand. I felt strong in the sun as I walked on to pasture.